This next challenge is called Calculate BMI. Write a function BMI that calculates body mass index. And they provide the formula for us where BMI is equal to the weight divided by the height squared. Apparently, no units are necessary. They're going to handle that. If BMI is less than, so basically we have a few thresholds here, and we will return a string message sort of diagnosing a person's situation based on their BMI score. So you can see they're going to get either an underweight rating, normal, overweight, or obese. So that's very clear. Let's go ahead and knock this one out. Make sure you do it first and then come on back when you're ready. All right, I'm going to use the formula they provided, but before I even get to that, what can we notice that's potentially dangerous about the formula they gave us? And it's that this height could be 0, right? That's going to cause problems for us. So let's protect ourselves and make sure that isn't the case. So I'll say if height, I'm going to even include less than because a negative weight, height would be gibberish, right? You could even do this for the weight if you wanted to as well, because it wouldn't make sense to have a negative weight. If height is less than or equal to 0, we'll say or weight is less than or equal to 0, right? That'd be bad too. It just wouldn't make sense. You can't have a person with no weight. And then we'll just throw an exception in this case. Throw new argument exception. We know that we could provide a helpful error message in here. It won't get invoked by their testing, so I'm not going to elaborate much. We've done that in other videos. I'm bringing in the system namespace so I can use argument exception. I can use exceptions in general. Okay, so now that we have some safety here, we know that we can use the formula. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll call it double BMI is equal to the weight divided by the height squared. And so you could do height times height. I will go ahead and use the math class's POW, which is power method, where you provided the number that you want to raise to a certain power. In my case, that'll be the height, and then which power you want to raise it to, and I'm squaring it. If I go to power 2, that's squaring it. That's precisely what we want. Okay, now that we have that, we can write a series of if statements to return the right description. And since each time I meet a condition, I'm going to return right away, so I'm not even going to use if else. I'm just going to say if below this threshold, return the label. Then write another one of those and repeat it a few times. So if BMI, I mean, it almost looks exactly, it's going to be essentially this, but just in C# language form. 18.5. I'm using this F. It denotes that it's a floating point value. Return underweight. If I use these labels all over my program, I would take the trouble of separating those out into constants, but don't really have that going on here. So I'll just copy these, right, and adjust the values. The next threshold would be 25.0, and we'll call that normal per their instructions. Next threshold looks like 30. This will be overweight. And then finally, if we're past this, we don't even need to check, right? Anything above 30 would fall here, so I'll just say return obese. And I think that's good. Let's go ahead and test it. Looks good. We'll do the attempt. And we nailed it. Awesome. So hopefully you crank this one out. Should be getting comfortable with these conditional statements. The more you do this, you'll be doing stuff like this in your sleep. So I'll submit. Grab that Caillou. Okay, yeah, they used height times height instead of the power, but same kind of thing going on there. Weight equals, yeah, going for the one line Wally here. That's fine. So yeah, not a lot more to say about that, but I appreciate you watching, and we'll do another challenge. Thanks.